Well, I guess I'm back. Where have I been? I have been tumbling down a rabbit hole of photography. So, in my last video, which was many, many months ago, I don't even know when, I don't want to look. I'm sure someone will let me know. I said that I was interested in taking up photography again, because I used to do it a long, long time ago at school. Anyway, I started doing that, but I felt like something was missing, so I ended up going down the film photography route. Nothing too fancy, but I hopped on Facebook Marketplace. £30 later, found myself one of these. This is a Canon EOS Rebel, what's this? TI, which is, there we go, a Canon 300V. You know, it's the V because it's got the extra little screen on the back rather than up at the top. So they've put the command dial on the top here instead. And yeah, so I've really been enjoying that physical process of taking the pictures, not being able to look at them straight away. And then I've also been developing them myself. So I have got all my chemicals. So I started with the color film ones, C41, and I got myself the chemicals, a sous vide heater, everything you need basically. So I was doing that. And I did a couple rolls in that. So that was C41. I also dabbled in a little bit of Kodak cinema film. I had 200T. I don't like 200T. But then I tried 50D and 250D, and I absolutely love those. They are just something special about them. But obviously they've got the Remjet layer backing. So, excuse me. So yeah, they've got the Remjet layer backing, and I looked online to see how to get rid of it, and people were like, "Well, baking soda," and then you've got other people saying baking soda is good, but it's not great. So what I ended up doing was having a look at some other recipes, and they were calling for things like, what is it, soda crystals or something? Washing soda. Either way, it's something that we can't get in the UK. So, looked through a bit more, tried to find other recipes, and looking at the official Kodak one, there's baking powder. Baking powder? I think it's baking powder. Let me know if I'm wrong. And then there's also lye. So what I've done is I've mixed the baking powder with a tiny bit of lye, because I have lye lying around, because I used to make candles. Not candles. The other waxy thing, soap. Soap. I made soap. You need soap for lye. Saponification of oils makes soap. Maybe I can go into some details with you in a video and we can make a bar of soap together. Anyway, I had that. I used that to make the Remjet removal. Absolutely works a treat. Dip it in, 10 seconds, don't even need to agitate it, rinse it, sloshes right off. Pictures still intact and they look good. So after I dabbled in that, I will show you some pictures here. Then I decided, let me try out a different lens, a fast prime lens, because all I had was this 35 to 70mm lens that came with the camera. So I don't think it's a kit lens, but it's still not the best. Its smallest aperture is 3.5 at 35mm and 4.5 at 70mm. So, I mean, it's still pretty good. So I got an 85mm f1.8 lens from Mica. I'll show you here. and started taking some pictures with those. I absolutely love the way that it looks. I love the separation between the foreground and the background that you're able to get. It's absolutely stunning. To my eyes, anyway. And what do I know? I'm not a professional photographer. Moving on, these pictures are all looking lovely, and I start to think they seem to be missing something as well. So what I ended up doing was going back to basically my origins of photography and trying black and white. And black and white has been interesting with the one roll that I've done so far. I really like it, but it forces you to see the world differently. You need to look at shapes, potential contrast, because you can't just look at something and go, oh, that's a really pretty, a really pretty sunset. The color will carry the pictures. I'm dying. So with black and white, you need to look at the shape, the texture, the composition of images, rather than just, oh, that looks nice, snap. And I've really enjoyed that sort of learning experience again. So here's some shots from the first roll that I did. What did I use? Ilford FP4 Plus. And then what I've actually done now, so this next roll of black and white that is in the camera currently, there's 6 shots left. You can see just there, yeah. It is Kentmere 400, and I've decided to try pushing it 2 stops to 1600, just to see what it's like, if I can push something. It's just the first time trying it, so this is an experimental roll. So I'm going to develop this, and I guess I will be back and show you how it's going. So the way I'm going to do it is I am going to use Rodinal with a dilution of 1 to 100, and it's going to be a stand development, semi-stand. I'm going to give it 1 turn at an hour. So it's going to be a 2-hour development, semi-stand, and I guess I will be back when the baby's out of the tank and she dried, and we're going to start scanning in. And I use this one just here. It's a Plustek 7400. It's pretty much the same as the 8000 line that they have. It just is a little bit older. It came with different software. I just bought the newer software anyway, so it's essentially the same. But this one model doesn't have the ICE, so the dust removal, but it doesn't work with black and white anyway. So it's essentially the same thing, and it cost me half the price. So yeah, I think I'm just going to take a couple portrait shots, just to burn off the last 6 rolls, practice working with the self timer and whatever, and yeah, just see how that goes. And then yeah, I will be back. Maybe I will take you on the development journey, maybe I won't. Either way, you'll see some of the results when we're done. Okay, bye. Here we go. I've got you can't even see. Let's cover that. I'm not moving the camera. Got here we go. The 85mm. Can you even see that? Yeah. Mikey. There we go. Nice lens. So yeah. So developing is done, and as you can see, there definitely are some images. I just don't know if they're actually usable, so now I'm going to go scan them in, and we can talk about some results when we get them. So it's quite a bit later. I've got the big light on, so I might look a little funky coloured, but so yeah. Most of the pictures came out fine. Those self-portraits did not come out fine for a couple of reasons. One, the pictures are just too dark. They're not metered correctly, but obviously now that I know that, I know how to fix it, and I should have just had a look at the settings before I actually took the pictures, but I was just trying to finish a roll anyway, so it's fine. Two, they also fell when they were drying, and they fell onto the carpet, and it looks like they've just taken on the features of the carpet. And one of them wasn't even in focus, which is a shame because it would have been a good picture, I think, personally. Anyway, so Kentmere 400 pushed to 2 stops ended up being actually pretty decent. It was a little contrasty. It developed pretty nice in that 1 to 100 Rodinal semi-stand developer. It was, yeah, if you look at the pictures, the grain is still pretty fine. Contrast is pretty decent, I'll be honest. Not really edited these pictures. All I've done is like change the exposure on my scanner, and that's about it. But that is it. Fine, so there's definitely a lot more experimenting that I can do with that, and I probably will at some point. Not just yet though. But next week I am planning on going to Bracknell Pride, taking a couple pictures there, maybe even work up the courage to ask some people if I could take their portraits. So that will be a whole thing. I'll try and get some footage as well, and then I'll show you the pictures afterwards. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna go for Kodak Gold. It's gonna be a nice day. It's gonna be lots of vibrant colors. Or my other option is Color Plus. Gold, Color Plus. What do you think is best for photographing bride? Let me know. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do next week. So for now, enjoy some of these pictures, and I will see you later.